Welcome to the Get Stops podcast. This is the official podcast of Princeton women's basketball. I'm your host, Jon Mozes. Great episode coming on the podcast today. We've got assistant coach Lilly Paro coming. We've got Skye Belker with us right now. Skye, how's it going? Welcome.
Good. Nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
Well, this has been a long time coming.
I know.
This is our second ever podcast interview.
I know. My first one here.
First one in person. Welcome to the Broadcast Center.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful place. You were looking at some of the shoes that are here. Tell me about your history of basketball shoes. What are you wearing these days? What do you value?
Okay, I think freshman year we got a pair of PG5s. Those are my favorite shoes. They were so comfortable. And then after we've gotten Giannis's, the GT Cuts I've had Kobe's, but hot take, I don't love Kobe's.
Wow.
They make my feet cramp, so it doesn't go that well. But these I think are, can I touch this?
Of course.
All right, these I think are really nice. But our team got the orange ones with the white, so it's like half and half. And unfortunately, they didn't have my size, so I'm just stuck with the white ones. But
What's more important to you with a basketball shoe, the look of it or the feel of it?
the feel for sure, yeah. But I don't like when it looks too chunky either as a shoe.
So there is some look of it.
I think both matter, but the feel definitely matters more.
Okay. Is there a shoe you've ever put on where you immediately were like, I feel fast, I feel great in these?
If this isn't even basketball related, but we got, I think it's the Vomeros. I think that might be what it's called. But it's just our walking shoes. Like last year we got Pegasi. This year we got the Vomeros, and those felt like I was walking on a cloud.
Ooh.
And that was amazing. But otherwise for basketball shoes, no, I haven't had anything crazy.
Do you go through a whole basketball pair in a season? How many pairs do you go through in a year?
Yeah, so I'm actually weird with this. I rotate through my shoes. A lot of my teammates go through a pair, and then once that pair's done, they throw it out. I am not picky at all, so I don't really care what shoe is on my foot, as long as it's comfortable and that I've broken in the shoe. So I just rotate through. I think I have 5 pairs right now, and then practice game, it's whatever.
So you're just picking the shoe that you feel best about? There isn't a superstition about which
No.
shoe you wear on which day?
No superstition. The only thing is sometimes colors. So on an away trip, I'll usually go white because I don't love the orange on orange, mainly because the orange jersey is a different shade of orange than the shoe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize that.
But that's just a style thing.
No, yeah, that's a real style thing, though. So over the summer, you got a chance to run with the German national team a little bit. Tell me about that experience.
Yes, that was an awesome experience. The whole thing was in German, so I was learning how to play in German, which is really cool, and being taught in German. And I speak German at home with my dad, but I obviously don't hear basketball terms in German. So that was kind of a new thing to learn. Everyone there obviously speaks English, so I could always ask English questions whenever I needed. But it was a really great experience, and I had a lot of fun.
I'm fascinated to learn more about your German heritage.
Yes.
Where do you sort of see that in your life?
So my dad grew up in Germany, and I think since being in Germany now for the summer, I realized that so many of his quirks that I thought were like, what are you doing? Those were all kind of German normal traditional stuff. For example, he'll eat bread on bread, which...
What do you mean by bread on bread?
He'll eat white bread, and then on it put a brown, denser bread, and then he'll maybe add some cream cheese, whatever on it. But it's basically bread on bread, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I could eat this every day.
It's a carb load.
Yeah, exactly. But the Germans eat their bread. So I got used to German breakfast, which is fun. Which is, again, bread with meats, cheeses, and then a soft boiled egg. So it's really good.
How has the international basketball, as you played over the summer, informed you as a player at Princeton this year?
I would say the game is more physical out there. I think you can get away with a lot more contact. Here you kind of do the 2 touches, and then you guys talk about a hot stove, and if you give 2 touches, that's a foul. In Germany, I was dribbling up the ball once, and this girl was touching me, so I was just waiting for them to call the foul, and then they didn't. I was like, oh, I guess I'm playing through this. But you can fully body people. So like when you cut someone off, you can kind of use your chest to bump them, which I ended up coming back here doing. And then everyone's like, Skye, that's a foul. I'm like, oh, sorry. But I think it's a different game. There's little nuances. I think not even basketball wise, but like I got my first tech in Germany because a girl got a shot and I was late to my closeout. And so I jumped and I like clapped in her face just to be a little distraction.
Oh, that's a technical foul.
And the guy blew the whistle and he was like, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's a tech. And I was like, I had no idea that wasn't allowed.
I didn't know that was a thing either, actually, because I'm remembering back to my short-lived high school career. I loved clapping.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Whenever I'm late, I just clap. I just clap right in their face. I don't think it does anything, but
you talk about that experience. Were you playing more on the ball over the summer?
I would say combo guard. I did both, kind of the shooting guard and.
You've sort of always had that.
Yeah.
Playing both, but it seems like you're playing more point guard for this group this year. What are some of the challenges that you confronted early in the year that you feel like you've either moved past of or that you're still sort of working through?
I think as a point guard, I definitely I take a lot of pride in knowing the play and knowing every single position so that you know what you're trying to get out of each play. And so I think as a point guard, I've worked a lot on making sure that everyone's set up to run it and also being able to tell people like move to this spot so that we can run it for this specific person. So I think that kind of nuance. And then you're dribbling a lot. So I kind of feel like, oh my God, I'm dribbling a lot right now. And I'm just like, nothing's really happening. We haven't started our offense. But I think I've gotten a lot better at being able to kind of just get my girl off of me, see the court, make sure everyone's in position, and then run a play.
I guess, like I was never comfortable dribbling the ball for a long amount of time. Like, was there a game or a practice where you said to yourself, you know what, it's okay that I'm just pounding the rock?
I think I've asked the coaches a couple of times, like, I'm just standing here dribbling. What do you want me to do? And they were like, you're getting people into the play. That's okay. And then they've also given me a bunch of tips on how to not be dribbling under pressure, but like relieve the pressure, which helps a lot.
Yeah. And, something that I've been thinking about, because you guys face a lot of pressure now, right? Like it's just sort of the nature of the way teams are playing you guys. What are some of the keys to beating full court pressures that you guys have seen this year?
Yeah, I think we've done a lot better job this year than in the past of beating full court pressure. But we're all great ball handlers, and I think we move the ball well, we use pass fakes well, and just remembering that a press shouldn't speed us up mentally. And so I think that's helped us a lot, where we've seen a lot of pressure now, and we're able to kind of make the right reads out of it.
Yeah. I just watching you guys play, like Fadima's dribbling in the middle of the floor a lot. Liv is dribbling in the middle of the floor a lot. Have you had post players like that can do things like you can do as a guard?
I think here or just in general? In general, probably not to the level that they can. I think they've been great. They've been really consistent, and I think Liv played the 3 for us last year, and Dima played a lot of guard position in high school as well. So I think a lot of that background has come to help us.
I think for a lot of people from the outside, they look at the season that Liv is having, and they're surprised. Are you surprised at all by the way Liv has played this year?
No, I'm not surprised, but I'm really happy for her. But I wouldn't say surprised because I've seen her put in the work day in, day out since freshman year. And so I'm really happy that it's coming to fruition.
Is she still on the aux cord for the team?
Who is saying she's on the aux cord? She definitely is on the aux cord. I am also on the aux cord. Fadima's been on the aux cord. But I would say we definitely trust Liv to get us hype for games and stuff. And then I'd say I play more of like chill vibe music after a long practice.
I was going to say, like, it sounds like your lane is it's been a long practice or we're coming back from a tough shoot around or something on the bus. And we just need to relax a little bit.
Yeah, I would say any away game, it's going to be Liv on aux for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, in our locker room, I'm happy to put my phone in there.
That's fascinating. There are a lot of folks who would not put their Spotify up there or their aux game up there. What are the best pieces of music that you find yourself listening to during the season?
This is funny because last year I got told that I haven't read the room for what music to play very well in the past, because I'll just play like a song that's in my head and they're like, Skye, this is not the vibe. So I'm getting better at that, and I've made an effort to work on that this year. But I would say it definitely depends on the vibe. Sometimes we'll go like, if we're in a fun vibe, we'll go some Rihanna. I think for more of a chill vibe, we'll go Frank Ocean, Daniel Caesar, Brent Faiyaz. Yeah.
So is that where your music is normally?
Yeah.
Like that sort of genre?
I would say, yeah.
Okay. So we have Lilly coming on the podcast later today. What's something you've picked up from Lilly in the 3 years you've been at Princeton?
I think her communication is really good. She's definitely type A, planning everything. She's super great for our team. But I think she'll give you a heads up, she'll tell you like a week in advance something, give you a heads up right before. And that kind of constant communication is definitely something that I appreciate.
And obviously something you can channel on the basketball court
exactly.
too. Huge.
Yeah.
Well, Skye, this was so much fun.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for stopping by the Get Stops podcast.
Yes.
We'll be back in just a moment with Lilly Paro.
Walk a mile in our shoes, from the classroom to the locker room. Here, our promise and our passion propel us down paths few dare to travel. We venture forward, energized with every step. We defy convention in defining ourselves, pushing to achieve, serve, and lead at the highest level, with teammates, teachers, coaches, and classmates at our side. Together, we are Tigers. Together, we are Princeton.
The Get Stops podcast is the official podcast of Princeton women's basketball. We're joined by Princeton Director of Basketball Operations, Lilly Paro. Lilly, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for having me.
It's great to be back on the Get Stops podcast.
So great to be back.
We just heard from Skye Belker for a little while, and she was telling me about the types of basketball shoes that she wears. She cycles through multiple pairs during a season. Some players play through a shoe, throw it out.
Yeah.
What was your playing style with shoes?
So back at Tufts, a D3 institution, I only had one pair of shoes that I would wear all season. Usually I'd start with like my preseason around like September. I'd come in with a new pair, wear those throughout the season. I was very superstitious, so like that shoe was it. They were always white, weird enough. By the end of the season, they were pretty much brown. So I wore them until they were ready to be thrown out.
Does the superstition of wearing a shoe where does that come from? Because I understand there are superstitions with Coach.
Yes.
Is that something you picked up when you got to college?
No.
You've always had that superstition?
I've always been very superstitious. My dad, who's a high school football coach and AD, is very superstitious. So I think I got that from him.
How did that help you get ready as a basketball player?
I feel like it's just like a mentality, right? Like it's game day. You're gonna have the same like routine, the same, just like the same things you're gonna be doing every single day to get you ready in that game mindset. So I did that same thing for practice, for the games, and yeah, it helped me be so prepared for the game and for whatever was gonna happen on the court.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this. Obviously, because you had the opportunity to play for Carla,
yes,
for Coach. When you think about the opportunity to play for her and like what that taught you as a basketball player, I imagine there was a lot of discussion about mentality and the way you prepare yourself for games. Talk about how you learned that as a player and now how you help implement that now.
Yeah. I would say that a lot of it was taught through like my upperclassmen. So I think that Coach does a great job of talking to her seniors and her captains, and then it just trickles down that way. So I learned a lot from them, including Lauren Dillon. So that like kind of mindset was all like in the locker room and all happened during our preparation. So kind of similar way with our team now, where I think our seniors, Maddie and Taylor, really do a great job of kind of preparing our underclassmen and creating that whole mindset to be prepared to go out onto the court. But yeah, I mean, I'll do anything for our players to make them feel ready and calm and confident to be out in the court and play their best basketball.
Talk me through some of that mindset, right? Like, what are you hoping that Maddie and Taylor are sharing with others on the team?
Yeah, it's mostly just like being confident in themselves and be confident in the preparation that they did to be at whatever game they are in at that moment. So either just knowing the scout or feeling confident in their skills and all the hours that they've been in the gym and being ready to go attack and play really great basketball.
Thinking about Skye's season a little bit, she's been asked to work more as a point guard this year. Mm-hmm. It's just sort of the nature of the team this year that, ball handling has been spread out, without sort of an Ashley. Ashley was the full-time point guard a year ago. Sure, this year it feels like it's a little more equal opportunity with that stuff.
Right.
Caitlin previously, Carly Littlefield previously. Where have you seen development in Skye's game this year?
Yeah, I think Skye is a great leader on the court. So that helps with her new role as a point guard, having the ball in her hands a little bit more. But she's able to calm the team down in ways that are really important to us. So whatever we're getting into, she's able to lead our offense and kind of be that court general on the floor that we need, but still being able to score the ball and shoot the ball really, really well this season. So that's helped us a ton throughout our games.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, there are moments where, like, Skye just decides, like, this is the moment, I'm going to get to my spot, we're going to do what we do. I guess coming into the season, what was a challenge that you were expecting Skye to have to overcome this year as a junior?
I mean, she has a lot of experience now, so going from having experience and now kind of being able to, like, command the team and be able to use the things that she learned last season and implement them throughout the season and kind of teach these underclassmen, these sophomores and freshmen, and also play with Maddie and Tay and just kind of be a cohesive unit. I think that was like we didn't know what that was going to look like. I think it's been great so far, and it's just going to get even better throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to dream on sort of, the let's call it some regular season lumps, right? I mean, you've played tight games throughout the non-conference. You played 2 really good games with Columbia that didn't go your way. Mm-hmm. What's something you're hoping this group learns from, last weekend against Columbia and Cornell?
I think it's in the moments of adversity that we really have to stick together. So I hope that the team is kind of thinking about when you hit adversity, all you have to do is, like, be together, work hard, go back to the drawing board, watch a lot of film, get in the gym. I think that's probably the biggest takeaway I hope they take from our losses, from our hiccups against Columbia. But I think there were still, like, glimmers of, like, great basketball in there, and so hopefully we can find those moments and play better, like, through our next 4 games. Play good Tiger basketball.
Yeah, a couple of real challenges coming up. Brown's a little sneaky.
Totally.
At Harvard's never an easy place to play. You guys always tend to play good games with them these days.
Right.
It should be. I'm pretty excited about what the next 4 weeks look like here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We've got some great games with our alumni game coming up and our senior day coming up, so it's gonna be lots of fun action in
Alumni Day. Wait, this is the young alumni come back and scrimmage each other?
That is during reunions.
Okay.
No, but this is just a fun celebration for them. We'll have a pregame gathering with them, a postgame gathering with them. So
who are you excited to see at the alumni this year?
Oh, they're all a lot of fun. We've got some great young alums coming back. Ellie will be back. Bella Allery, Taylor Bauer. But our older alum too are great. Heidi Nolte, Victoria Bjorklund. So Abby Rubenfeld, so it's going to be great to see them.
It's one of the I've covered this team for 10 years, so I know several of the young alumni. But what value do you see coming from some of the more veteran alumni in the program?
Yeah, I mean, we have some of our veteran alumni coming back are the ones that started this program. So I think that having them here and just seeing where they started the program and now where it is, I think it's just like a great full circle moment, and it shows the team that, like, this program wasn't always a thing at Princeton. So being able to have them, being able to welcome them back and honor them, I think is a great way for our players just to see the value of this program now and beyond.
I think it's also a great way probably for some of them to stay connected to basketball.
Totally. Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, I imagine for a lot of players, and you could probably speak to this from teammates you played with in high school or college, that like they don't quite have the same connection to basketball like you do at this point in their life.
Yeah. No, it's really cool. They some of our veteran alumni have a group chat, and so they watch every single game, and they are constantly emailing about it and emailing me, emailing coach, just about their.
Did they add the coaching staff to the alumni group chat?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they give us their coaching thoughts, which is always fun to hear.
Well, look, you never know where you can find an idea from somewhere,
Totally.
right? Like
Oh, yeah.
you just talk about it with anybody and everybody around. Like everybody loves basketball.
Right, of course. And their support is like unlike any other, so it's great to have their input.
And I imagine over the course of the season, you get to see some of them other than alumni weekends. What are some of the best road games that you can think about that you've been on since arriving at Princeton?
Ooh, that is a good question. I would say in terms of like alumni engagement, any of our Tennessee trips, Abby Rubenfeld is always there. She welcomes us at the airport.
Oh.
And then she always comes for a dinner, and then she gets to see us at the game. We usually have like a post-game gathering or a pre-game gathering with some of our alums there as well. So that's pretty fun.
Cool.
And then our UCLA game was awesome. We had a post-game gathering with probably 20 plus alums who are in the California area.
Oh, wow.
So that was awesome just to see them, connect with them after the game. Of course, it was a great game as well. So that
my God.
It was fun having them there in the stands and made it feel like a home game environment.
Yeah, taking UCLA down to the wire like that.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool game.
It was.
Is there a place that you're hoping Princeton plays at in the future that you get a chance to travel with?
Ooh. I mean, like Hawaii would be nice. That's probably not feasible, but I don't know. All of our California trips are really cool and really fun. We have like a great crowd there usually. So any other California trip again, that would be great. Or honestly, Boulder, playing at Colorado would be fun too. Boulder's just one of my favorite places. So
Why?
I just love the area. I have a few friends who live there, family who live there. So yeah.
I mean, not to disparage Boulder, but Hawaii is a little bit of an upgrade.
I mean, that would be, as a Dobo, planning that would be a little interesting, but...
There is a direct flight out of New York.
All right, there you go.
There is a direct flight out of New York.
Look at you helping me out with
Well,
logistics.
I traveled there for a vacation.
Okay, there
over
we go.
Christmas, New Year's. I did the Big Island. I did Maui.
Nice.
It's wonderful. Highly recommend if you're looking for a getaway vacation for a week. I can send you my itinerary.
Perfect. All right, there we go.
But you should play the Hawaii women's team, and you guys should bring a radio broadcaster with you.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, LB, let's do this.
LB, let's do it. Lily, thanks for stopping by the Get Stops podcast. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Go Tigers, and we will see you soon on the Get Stops podcast.